Okay, hello everybody. I hope y'all are doing great. I am Mary Hanley. I want you to see my face for just a moment, and then I'm going to take my face away so that you can enjoy the class without having to have my little head bobbing across the screen. But I do want to tell you just for a moment a little bit about myself and a little bit about how I came to Young Living and using CBD Nature's Ultra. So I am really excited to be sharing this with you today because this is something that when CBDs first started coming out, I was kind of like, I mean, I've got my Young Living. I really don't need anything else. I really did not jump on this CBD bandwagon like everybody else did and like went berserk over it. And everybody kept telling me how great it was and everything. And I'm like, yeah, well, it can't be that much greater than what I'm already using. And so I really put off for a really long time. I didn't really go and buy any other things out there or anything like that. I just simply used my Young Living like I always had. Now, one great thing about Young Living is when you have an essential oil, the molecules are so teeny tiny that they're able to go through the blood-brain barrier. So even when you add it to something else, it helps that other thing to come and go into the cell deeper. That is why Young Living is so amazing. And that is one of the things I want you to remember. And I want you to write that down, get you a piece of paper and write that down and really be aware of that as we're going through this class, because that's going to be an important part of what we're talking about today. So when Nature's Ultra finally came about, it was not in with Young Living to begin with. It was just kind of its own little company of Nature's Ultra. Young Living had partnered with them, and they went by the Seed to Seal promise that Young Living has. And so Young Living really began to work with them and later acquired the company, and they became part of Young Living, which has been really great, and I absolutely love it. But in the beginning, when it first started coming out and Nature's Ultra was alone and Young Living had been partnered with him, I thought, well, I'll go ahead and try it, see what it's like. Whatever. I was really not all that greatly excited about it. But I tried it. We tried the Calm first, which I absolutely have grown to love amazingly. I'm sorry if you hear my dogs; they're like wrestling. They're crazy. But like they totally distracted me. Sorry. So the Calm works so great with helping you just to relax and help your muscles to relax. My daughter has epilepsy, and so a lot of times she gets just really kind of, I hate to say in a teasy, but because your brain is not connecting like it's supposed to with epilepsy, sometimes she gets really tired. She gets overwhelmed easily because there's just so much going on inside the little brain, and she gets frustrated. So the Calm really helps to bring that down and help her to not get so frustrated in those moments, and helps her to be able to draw herself back, take a step back, take a breath, and then be able to really concentrate and think on what it is she's trying to do. So that's one thing I have loved about the CBD. It's been a total different thing for me. When we were at convention, we tried the muscle rub, and then I was like, okay, that feels really, really good. That's amazing. So we got some ourselves, and that stuff like takes a notch up. Like I was shocked at how that really made our muscles feel, how our joints felt, movement, really, really cool. The cinnamon, my husband has used for his headaches, and that has been amazing. Drop it under your tongue, headache gone. Like so cool. So many different things, so many different uses. And so we're going to jump in and really start learning about what makes this great and why is it so amazing. So I'm going to put my little head. Let's move me down out of the way so that you don't have to keep seeing my head bob. And we are going to get started. Now, I'm excited to talk about how a plant can impact your body in a positive way. We're going to dispel myths. We're going to knock down fears. We're going to answer lots of questions on all this incredible plant that, and its effects that it has on our bodies as human beings. And we're also going to look at science and research and facts. Now, I know some people are not facts oriented and the science, like it's like, oh, don't give me all of that. But you're really going to be amazed. Like, it's fun science, and it's fun. Like, I'm not a sciencey person. Like, let me just try it, just give it to me, let me try it. I will be fine. But the facts and the science of this are really truly amazing, and it's really fun to me. Like, I really enjoy getting to that part of it. So we're going to be talking about all of that too. I believe that Nature's Ultra CBD is the best on the market, and it's just unparalleled for its purity and how it's grown with a seed to seal guarantee. If you do not know about the seed to seal guarantee, just look up seed to seal with Young Living, and it will pop up a video, very short video that is just amazing. It'll tell you all about what that means. Like, the purity standards are second to none. It is amazing. And we're also going to talk about how this is delivered to your cells through the tiny molecules, like I was talking about earlier, and using the essential oils as a delivery system to get into those cells. So let's just jump right into the class with this little teaser. Okay, so what is CBD used for? It may be a simpler question to answer, what is CBD not used for? Because it seems to be like this miracle worker. It just seems like it can do anything for anybody, for any problem. So right now there are significant studies on CBD for dozens and dozens of different things, from resting to stress and gobs of stuff. Like I was saying earlier, all the things that we've used it for. If you think it might be for you, I'd encourage you to go and research more. You can just Google CBD. Most people have, just to see what it's about. And you can see the latest science. There's just so much coming out about studies and so much being released week by week that it's just crazy. So the best place to start is just Google CBD. They'll bring you all kinds of things. But today we're going to talk a lot about how personal people have used this and different testimonies that people have had, and how we have used it, just like I was saying earlier. So here's a testimony from another friend of ours.
I use the muscle and joint balm daily. I shoot with a giant camera most of the time, and it's a lot of work holding that camera all the time, and I've noticed that it really helps my fingers feel a little bit less tired at the end of the day. I use the calm roller every night before bed, and I roll it on my wrist and on my chest, and I just love the way that it smells. The smell signals to me also that it's bedtime. It's become such a part of my routine that I think when I smell that, it's time to go to bed. And I know that it just makes me feel a little bit more relaxed and more focused at falling asleep. Being able to see Nature's Ultra's lab reports has been a huge difference maker for me. Being able to have confidence in what they're giving me feels good. Knowing that they are fully transparent in what they're providing to their consumers is huge. It shows me that they're not putting anything in these products that they're not comfortable with, that I wouldn't be comfortable with. They're just being open about what they're providing, and that makes me feel very confident in trying and using their products. I love using Nature's Ultra CBD and seeing the changes that it's made in my life, and knowing that there's other moms and other people that are maybe experiencing some of those same things, being able to share this product with them has really made me feel great. Being able to pass on these benefits, knowing that I'm supporting a company that's transparent, that lets me see what they're doing. I can believe in that company and I can share that with others, and feel confident knowing that it's a good product.
Okay, so is CBD marijuana? So we're just going to jump right in with the elephant in the room right from the start. So the hemp plant is a cousin to the marijuana plant. Okay, so they're not the same plant, but they're cousins. It's like sweet corn versus field corn. Hemp, if you've ever had field corn, like, you know the difference. Like, field corn is disgusting. It's just gross. But sweet corn is good. So hemp is the parent plant, and cannabis is the scientific name for that plant. Both the hemp and the marijuana contain cannabinoid or the CBD. So the marijuana plant was hybridized to produce more than 40 times the amount of THC, the chemical responsible for making you high. So that's the part that makes you high. Don't think cognitively and all of those kind of things. So hemp has a very low amount of the THC already, so it's different than the marijuana plant. In fact, for CBD to be legal, it must have less than 0.3% of THC in it. And there's a lot of, like, I've had several friends who have not gotten a job because they would test positive for, they'd have drugs in their system, and they'd be like, well, I haven't had anything. All I've used is CBD oil. Well, if that company that you're using has not pulled out all of the THC, then you're going to have those issues. And Young Living, though, because of how they do their processing of their plants, and they pull all the THC out, so it's a 0% THC. So even if you're military, if you're police, if you have any kind of issues like that, if you have to take any drug test for any reason for your job, it will not show up on a drug test. It has been proven to have no THC, and it is completely void of any of that. So that really makes a huge difference when you're going into that, when you're going into making that decision of what kind of CBD oil to use. So why are we scared of CBD? We've been trained to be scared of it simply because there's just so many legal things around it, the legal climate in the United States. It's always been one of those things that is scary from a legal standpoint. The legal issues with hemp started with the Marijuana Act in 1937 that taxed cannabis. It had nothing to do with the hemp plant itself being dangerous, but everything to do with the politics around it. So that's why people get a little bit scared of it. So now we're going to talk about the history of CBD. This part to me is extremely interesting because there's so much history behind the hemp plant and how we've used it in our culture. Hemp was used for making paper and clothes, and was in direct competition with some businesses. So the owners set out to make it illegal. It was a huge competition thing, is what it started off to be, which is funny to me. So hemp is actually one of the oldest cultivated crops of all time. It's been used in medicine and to make rope and sails and paper. Its history goes back over 6,000 years from China, even to Rome, and even in the United States. In early Jamestown settlers, they observed the Powhatan Indians growing hemp in 1607. So, like, it's long history. Colonial farmers could be fined by the British government if they did not grow hemp, because the British needed it for their sails and sailing. early drafts of the Declaration of Independence were even written on hemp paper. So we're going to dig just a little bit deeper into this history and understand why there's so many fears behind the CBD.
CBD may be getting mainstream attention for the first time, but it doesn't mean that it's completely new. In fact, CBD has a long, fascinating history. The first documented use of medicine derived from cannabis dates all the way back to 2737 BC. While the cannabis plant has been around for a long time, the recognition that it's comprised of unique compounds called cannabinoids is much more recent. During the rise of modern medicine, cannabis was largely unrecognized by the medical community due to the lack of scientific evidence of how it worked, or even if it worked at all. In 1839, however, an Irish physician and medical researcher named William O'Shaughnessy published a study exploring the effects of cannabis. He also described the possible medical applications of which helped set the stage for future research. In 1940, chemist Robert Kahn identified the structure of the cannabis plant in an individual cannabinol, CBN. Then, in 1942, American chemist Roger Adams and his colleagues successfully isolated the cannabinoid for the first time, cannabidiol, CBD. 2 years later, tetrahydrocannabinol, THC, was isolated for the first time. You will likely recognize THC as the psychoactive compound of the plant that causes euphoric effects. That's going to be important later, so keep that in mind. Once scientists understood that there were multiple cannabinoids and were able to isolate them, research into how individual cannabinoids work began. In 1946, Dr. Walter S. Lowe conducted tests using cannabis on lab animals. We know that THC caused psychoactive effects on the animals, while CBD did not. In 1963, Dr. Raphael McCoolin took this research a step further and discovered the stereochemistry of CBD, followed by the stereochemistry of THC 1 year later. This revealed a direct relationship between THC and the euphoric effects associated with cannabis and distanced CBD from the mind-altering compound. Unfortunately, stigma surrounding the cannabis plant due to the psychoactive euphoric effects often caused by THC led to restrictions on availability of cannabis, even for academic purposes. It became very difficult to do research on cannabis because possessing it, even for academic purposes, was prohibited. For many years, scientific research on cannabis, and thus CBD, was held back. While cannabis research may have been hindered by stigma, it wouldn't be defeated by it. In 1978, New Mexico became the first state to pass legislation allowing the medical use of cannabis in some form. They did so through the Controlled Substance Therapeutic Research Act, which allowed the use of cannabis through a research program approved by the Food and Drug Administration. In 1996, California became the first state to legalize medical marijuana with the passing of Proposition 215. Many other states soon followed suit. With the legalization of medical marijuana came legal access to cannabis, and that allowed researchers to dive deeper into the study of CBD. Let's jump ahead to the current state of CBD. The 2014 Farm Bill laid the groundwork for the legalization of cultivating hemp and its products, such as CBD, and in 2018, it was expanded upon. According to the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp that contains less than 0.3% THC is legal to cultivate, and products that are derived from it and also contain less than 0.3% THC are legal to sell. This means CBD is federally legal as long as it is hemp-derived and contains 0.3% THC or less. With the widespread legalization of hemp-derived CBD has come renewed interest in it, and CBD oil is now one of the most popular products in the health and wellness industry. At Nature's Ultra, we're strongly committed to creating high-quality CBD products that fully comply with regulations. We have a partner farm in Colorado where we use organic and sustainable farming practices to cultivate the best possible hemp plants. Our quality assurance system tests to ensure that all of our products contain non-traceable amounts of THC, and we publish our lab results so you can be completely confident that your product contains no traceable amounts of THC and is federally legal. That leads us to our final point, CBD's future. Because CBD is widely available now, more and more research is being done. That research will likely lead to more recognition of how CBD can help with people's health and lifestyles. We're confident that for many years to come, CBD will not just be a popular supplement, but one that offers a multitude of benefits for a wide range of people.
Okay, so hemp is not a drug. So as we have noticed, think I just turned my phone on. Hold on one second. As we have learned from this video, hemp is not a drug, and hemp is actually a plant that produces phytocannabinoids, which naturally enhance the body's endocannabinoid system. Much like essential oils do not cure disease, but they do aid the body in the natural immune system process. So by doing the behind the scenes things like helping with cellular communication, your cells have to talk to one another, and they cannot talk to one another when they're in a state of dis-ease. So the oil helps your body to work the way it's supposed to and work together. So when your soldiers are reinforced, all your little soldiers of your cells, they can do the fighting on their own. So science on the endocannabinoid system is just emerging, and we're learning so much more every single year. Like when this first started, we didn't know near what we know today. And there was so many, like I was very confused when I first started using this and I started studying and learning how does all of this work. And like I was totally confused. So I didn't really even teach on it for a long, long time because I really didn't understand it enough myself. And so now it's beginning to make more sense and beginning more science coming out and more information is becoming more clear. So science, the whole endocannabinoid system was not even discovered until the 1990s, 30 years after hemp was banned. So hemp could not even be studied in universities because it was grouped with all cannabis species as a Schedule I drug in the Controlled Substance Act in 1970. That equates to it being like cocaine. But if you fast forward to 2014, the U.S. government passed a pilot program through the Farm Bill that would allow hemp to be grown and studied. So this was a huge step in the new direction because they were able to see how all of this was going to affect a person's body, and they could actually do studies on it and figure out what it was that made this work and what all it could do. So the Farming Act, the permanent language in the Hemp Farming Act of 2018, which falls under the Farm Bill, changed the status of hemp from a controlled substance to a commodity like corn or soybeans or tobacco. So that's pretty cool. That will have far-reaching effects on American farmers, and it should dispel the myth linking marijuana to hemp. Because like we said earlier, that's just a cousin, it's not the same thing. Many authorities predict the hemp industry will grow by 700%, and hemp will be grown in the Midwest as much as corn. That's cool. Most Americans within the next 5 years will have at least tried a CBD product, and a high percentage will begin to use it on a regular basis, like they now use multivitamins and supplements to promote your health. And by being in this class, you are part of a revolution that's taking the fear out of these plants that the Lord created and intended for our use. Like He didn't intend for us to just be completely scared to death of this. So this is a really neat thing for us to be able to study this today. So the body is ready for CBD. Now we've had our history lesson. Now let's do a little anatomy. This part's fun. The human body is ready for the CBD, okay? God built receptors in our endocannabinoid system to accept CBD. Now, our receptors circulate all through the body. They're everywhere through our body, and they're even found in our white blood cells. You can almost think of the ECS, which is our endocannabinoid system, like a hormonal system, okay? Any woman will tell you her hormones affect not only how she feels, but also her mood, her complexion, her energy, her levels of any energy levels, your digestion, like anything, everything. The ECS affects the entire body and is a major contributor to overall balance. So that's pretty cool. Now, this is something that, we had never even really known that much about the endocannabinoid system until in the last few years. That's why you may use CBD for one thing, but find that it helps in another area that you wouldn't have even anticipated helping them. Because the endocannabinoid system is all throughout your body. So you're delivering it through every cell, whether you really mean to or not. Why use CBD over other products? So in a sentence, CBD is a plant. If you want to just get down to the nitty-gritty, it's a plant. It's not surgical. It's drug-free. It's not got yuck in it. It is a plant. It's a God-made plant. It is by Dr. Mark Lindholm, who has practiced as a chiropractor for 25 years, says, I believe patients should seek natural remedies first, and then drugs as a second approach, and surgery as your very last resort. Sometimes medication is necessary because we know that there are different things going on in our body. Sometimes the general public is just starting to understand about how drugs have side effects, what it's really doing to your body. Drugs like that we get from the doctor or over the counter, we can't know all of the side effects of that until we've actually used it. But we're beginning to see so much coming out of all of these different drugs. So fewer and fewer people are taking drugs of any kind, and we're better off not having those. I always believe in exploring other avenues besides, what there is of the regular medicines that the doctor wants to give us sometimes. Now, not to say that those things are bad or anything, or that you don't go stop taking all your medicines because, oh my goodness, you said they were bad. Don't stop taking stuff that the doctor is giving you, but I encourage you to go and research and find out, just like with commercials. Well, you're gonna, if you take this medicine, you might have heart disease, and you're gonna want to kill yourself, and I mean, all of these bad things through the medicines, because there are so many side effects. So when you do something that's natural, that can work within your body, through every cell of your body, that's not covering up another issue, it's working with the things that are there, it makes a big difference. I have been using and recommending supplements to my patients. This is from Dr. Mark Lindholm, says that I have always believed in exploring other avenues. I've been using and recommending supplements to my patients for more than 2 decades, and I've seen some incredible results, but nothing compared to the outstanding results I began to see after my patients started taking CBD. It was life-changing for many of them. Some noticed results after a week. Most patients experienced the maximum benefit after 2 to 3 months. I'd often recommend the product for one problem, only to find that they would notice improvements in their overall health too. In other words, they experienced side benefits instead of side effects. So that is really huge. That is what we want out of everything that we're using in our body. We want to see the benefit of the thing that we're using and not a side effect. So how safe is CBD? In June of 2017, Literature Review looked at 74 total studies on the safety of CBD and gave promising results. The biggest side effects noticed were drowsiness and slight changes in appetite and weight. Will I get high? Will I become a stoner? That's another question that people ask. Again, CBD is not the same as marijuana. There is no THC in Young Living's oil. And in November of 2017, the World Health Organization published a report on CBD at a meeting held by their expert committee on drug dependence. The World Health Organization keeps an eye on over 3 billion people around the earth. In all of that documentation, the committee claimed that there had not been a single case globally of physical dependence or withdrawal symptoms from the CBD, nor any reported cases of abuse or public health problems related to the use of CBD. So hemp has passed the test of time. Some of the earliest written evidence of its medicinal use comes from ancient China, where it was administered to the emperor in 2737 BC. That's a long time ago. 77 AD, there were records of the Romans using this medicine. It was popular in the Middle East and in India, where it was considered sacred and used for centuries. This, along with contemporary research, aids to the safety of hemp. So I think that's really cool. I mean, it's been used all through the ages, and just because of one little time in history that we got kind of like all crazy over things, we realized that this is something that can be used long term and for a lot of really great uses. I'm going to apologize in advance if my puppy starts barking, because that's just him today for some reason. How can I get addicted, or can I get addicted or overdose? Current Drug Safety is a reputable journal with articles published on dozens of scientific sites like PubMed.com. It's used by doctors and researchers around the globe. They published a report that proved CBD is to be non-toxic. According to the article, even doses up to 1,500 milligrams a day, about 90 times the amount the doctor would recommend, were well tolerated in humans. So that's huge too, that you can use a lot of it and still not have any crazy side effects. Now, we do not recommend that you take 90 times the dose of anything, because that's still not a good thing probably to do, but it is a sensible statement that the body will take what it wants and then flush out the rest. So that's pretty cool. Your body knows what it needs, and it will get rid of what it does not. The reason CBD doesn't cause a high is because it interacts differently with the receptors in your brain than the THC does. The THC attaches itself to the receptors known as CB1 and CB2 receptors. When you consume THC, you may experience physical changes, such as those in coordination or your mental change, such as in your mood or something like that. You can't have those type of reactions with a non-THC CBD because the chemical responsible for the mind-altering reaction is not there. So it's not going to affect those receptors in your brain if the THC is not present. Okay, who made the plants? Revelation 22:2, the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. So God made the plant. Still concerned after looking at all of the World Health Organization, doctor testimonies, reputable journal insights. If you're not alone, there's a lot of people that still, like, it took me a while. It took me a little while to get over some of my concerns. It's because of how we've been programmed to understand this type of plant. So let me put the CBD in this way. If you're still afraid of CBD, but you're okay with peppermint and oregano and essential oils, which also have no THC in them, this is what I would say. Who made the plants? Who gets the credit? Revelation 22:2 says, these leaves of the plant are for the healing of the nations. Do not fear the plants. The constituents in peppermint cool you off. The constituents in CBD the effect of that changes in your body. So God made the plants. God made them for our healing and the healing of the nations. How much do I take and when? So let's shift gears just a little bit and talk about dosage. Now, we just talked about someone taking a 90% more than you should, that still didn't affect their cognitive abilities and things, but still we don't want to overdo anything. So let's talk about how much is a good amount. And for this, there is no easy answer because everyone is different. Everyone can tolerate, like my husband is a big man. He's 250 pounds, 6 foot tall. Like, he is going to be able to tolerate a lot more of something than I can. I'm 130 pounds and short. So our bodies are totally different. So we affect, everything is affected differently in our bodies. So we factor in things like our weight and our height and our diet and our metabolism and our genetics and our environment. Our lifestyle has a lot to go into what the effects of different doses would do to your body. So there's no real universal dose. Now, Young Living comes with a dropper. As you can see in this little picture, the one that says Cool Mint, the little tall bottle, it's a dropper. And so you can use that little dropper as your guide. Experts recommend that you start with a half a dropper twice a day. See how you feel, see how that does. Separate each dose by 12 hours to achieve a 24-hour saturation in your body. Now, CBD needs to build in the body. Like you want to take it one day and then, keep taking it every single day and see what it does. And so you start with that, go a week or so and see how you feel and see if you can go a little more than just a half a dropper. CBD needs, as it builds in your body, you will need to take several weeks before you see this shift. So you're going to want it to build up and see how it affects you. With the muscle rub, apply topically, and with a roll on, apply on the chest or on the back of the neck or on your feet. My daughter, I put it on her forehead in the center. Most of the time that's where we put it, simply because you've got blood vessels right on, really close to the surface right there. And that's a great place to put it, and it gets into your bloodstream really fast that way. And so I really like that method. It's probably one of my favorites. We have with Young Living, what makes Young Living different is we have a smart spectrum CBD. This has never been done before, so we've kind of got a trademark on the smart spectrum versus a broad spectrum CBD. So what's the difference, and why does it even matter, and why do we even call it that? So let's talk about that just a little bit. The CBD world speaks in terms of broad spectrum, the whole plant, which is considered better, and the isolate, which uses just a part of the plant. Now, the broad spectrum is the whole plant, and then you have the isolate, that's just part of the plant. So kind of keep those separated in your mind. Which uses, they use different parts of the plant to have these effects. So, So Young Living decided to do this a little bit differently. To give you the short answer, we have 3 reasons that make Young Living CBD amazing. So number 1, broad spectrum versus isolate. We don't do either one of those. Okay, we don't have the whole entire plant, and we don't just use just the isolate like a part of the plant in and of itself. We went instead with a 3rd root called smart spectrum. You see, you can't adhere to seed to seal, our standard of purity. Young Living, we have a standard of purity. As I was saying earlier, go watch the seed to seal video and you'll see what that standard of purity is. Everything has to be completely without any toxins, anything that is of any yuck in it whatsoever. They're all completely plant-based, and they do not have anything added to them at all. So the Nature's Ultra had to meet that same standard, and the CBD had to meet the same standard as the as the seed to seal process with our essential oils. So if you use the whole plant, then of course you're going to have the THC, which is going to cause problems. You also can't guarantee that it's 100% THC free if you're using the entire plant. So that wasn't good enough for Gary Young, who developed this system to begin with. So we introduced something totally different called Smart Spectrum. So let's break this down just a little bit. 2 reasons why Young Living is better. Number 2 is the seed to seal process, which you can go watch the video I just told you about. It's how we source our plants. They're grown with no fertilizers, no pesticides, no sulfur, no irrigation, no dyes, no heavy metals, lead, arsen, mercury, nothing. Nothing's in the soil. It has been set there for many, many years, 35 to 50 years in some cases. The soil is completely pure of anything yucky in it. And then number 3, we have terpenes in our oil. Now, terpenes carry the CBD constituents to the cell. This part is really cool, so please pay attention to this particular point. They piggyback on the oil. And this is what I was talking about earlier. The molecules of the essential oil is so small, but it can attach to other things to help bring whatever it is into the cells with it. So in this case, it would attach to the CBD oil and bring it into the cell and deliver it to where it needs to go. So like Nixia does the same thing, Nixia Red, which is one of our juices that we have, it works with your body, and actually, because it's got the essential oils added to the Nixia Red, it piggybacks to the oil and it brings that Nixia into the cells that help to do a lot more goodness for your body. The terpenes are why other CBD makers use the whole plant. They need the terpenes in the CBD to deliver the constituents to the cells to make the CBD bioavailable. Because the terpenes are in the THC. But because we don't want the THC there, but we do want the CBD part. So they don't have to use the entire plant. They can just use the part they need, add the essential oils that have terpenes in them, the highest amount of terpenes, and then it can be delivered throughout your body. We can skip using the whole plant and its THC and particulates. Those particular things we don't want, because our essential oils contain the terpenes. So let's look a little closer at exactly what smart spectrum truly means in our video.
Let's start by going over the different types of CBD. First, there's full spectrum CBD, which is extracted from the cannabis plant with all of the plant's other compounds, including THC. Next, there's broad spectrum CBD, which is extracted with all the plant's compounds except for THC, though many broad spectrum products contain it in small amounts. Then there's CBD isolate, which is exactly what it sounds like, CBD that is isolated from all other compounds in the plant. At Nature's Ultra, we use CBD isolate because it's the most pure form of CBD. That gives us the confidence of knowing that there are no unknown compounds in it. It's simply pure CBD, straight from our partner farm in Colorado. Using a CBD isolate is a great way to ensure that our CBD is pure and potent, but it also means that you can miss out on potential benefits of terpenes. Fortunately, high quality, safe, and effective terpenes can be added back using essential oils. That's why at Nature's Ultra, we craft our own smart spectrum CBD products by taking high quality CBD oil and combining it with Young Living essential oils. That means that you can enjoy the benefits of both. Many people are already familiar with essential oils, but let's do a quick refresher. Essential oils are natural oils that are distilled from plants, including trees, roots, leaves, seeds, fruits, and flowers. Part of what makes essential oils great is a group of natural compounds called terpenes. Terpenes are naturally occurring hydrocarbons that are the most common source of aromas and flavors in essential oils. In fact, if a plant has a distinct smell or flavor, it's probably because it has terpenes. Essential oils and CBD make great partners because they complement each other so well. The terpenes in the essential oils have their own unique benefits, such as offering an energizing aroma, helping to soothe tired muscles, and promoting a good night's sleep. By combining essential oils and CBD, we go beyond the benefits of CBD and essential oils on their own to create something truly special. And best of all, by adding terpenes from Young Living essential oils to our CBD products, we are able to provide a premium product with no unknown ingredients. We know that every single component of our product has been carefully vetted to ensure it's of the best possible quality. There's no other CBD oil like it in the world.
Okay, so that to me is so awesome. It makes me feel good to know what I'm putting on my body, what I'm putting on my kids' bodies, and on them each and every day as well. Okay, so next we're going to talk about organic compared to Young Living seed to seal. There are 7 reasons why Young Living is better than the organic standard, and we're going to run through those really quick and what CBD actually means. We've been talking a lot about about seed to seal. So we're going to kind of run through that and talk about what the differences in those are. So you have the organic standard is 5% non-organic material that's allowed. You have 3 years of growing before organic standards is met. 5 to 7 years after spraying is ceased, and you have to, and you can, on all of the field, has to be organic. Like you can't, it has to be 5 to 7 years that you haven't put anything on the field. Like it has to be completely ceased and have nothing on that to be considered organic. You may use approved synthetics for pests, which still can have some nasty stuff in it. It's still a synthetic spray, so it's a man-made spray. You don't still really know what's in there. And only soil testing is required. There's not like a lot of testing on the plants themselves or anything else that you're doing tests on. It's only on the soil test. And you may use conventional seeds that are non-GMO, so it don't even really have to be a certain kind of seed or an approved seed. Approval board can be staffed by volunteers, and no third-party testing is required. So that's your regular organic, like that's what the government sets as a standard for organic. Now, that's all great and good, and that's fine, but Young Living goes a step further. Like they still feel like, Gary Young, when he started Young Living, he felt like there was still so much that could be still in the ground even after 5 to 7 years, because you're tilling the ground up. You're pulling more stuff up to the surface. There's still so much going on in the ground, in the plants. So he took this a step further and created the seed to seal guarantee, which takes this up a total big, humongous notch. So number 1, there's no pesticides or chemicals allowed on any of the plants. Number 2, the chemical-free soil that has to be completely chemical-free for at least 50 years. Like he really get rid of all the yuck that's in the ground. So even when we have partner farms, they do test on the plants. They do test on the ground to make sure that there's not any chemical at all left in any of the plants. Number 3, all pest control is with essential oils. They use runoff water, like when they're distilling the plants, they take when they've distilled, they take the water out of the plants, they pull the oil out, put that in the bottle, but then the water and the leftover oil that may be, a little bit of oil left in there, they use that to water the ground with again and water the plants, and they only use essential oils to do their pest control with. So it's completely pure. You're putting that same good quality back into your plants that are being grown. Number 4, the water, soil, and air is tested all the time. Everything around it's tested. They're very particular about what is used around the plants at any given time and what is used in the ground or even in the water. So number 5, they use only heirloom seeds. That they have no conventionally grown seeds allowed. There's nothing that's been that are like don't have any good stuff. Like they just use good solid seeds. A lot of the seeds he brought back from France and a lot of different areas like that. Number 6, 50 plus trained scientists are on staff for testing. So people are testing all the time. They're making sure that there's not anything in the bottle oils at all. Like every time a batch is distilled, they're pulling it in, they're doing tests on it and to make sure that it's good. And they send it out. Number 7, they send it out for third-party testing on every single batch just to make sure that they have not missed something in the lab with one of their scientists. So that is really huge. So what's really amazing about all of this? Everything we do is held to the seed to seal standard, like everything. They're very particular. I've been to the farm, I've watched the process. Like they're very particular about everything that goes on. All of our oils, our supplements, our kids products, the baby products, personal care products, shampoo, toothpaste, every single thing, skincare, makeup, cleaning supplies, everything that we have. We don't greenwash anything. When we tell that it's clean, we tell somebody that it's safe to use on your family, you can take that to the bank. Like, you know that there is nothing added to it at all. Purity is what we do. We protect it from the farm all the way to the bottle. There's not any yuck added to it at all. And one last thing, we're totally transparent. Like I said, we've been to the farm, we've watched, you don't have to have an appointment to show up at the farm. You can just drive up and you can watch how they're going to the farm. You can go and help plant. You can help do anything. I mean, they are totally transparent, and it's really cool to watch. It's a very fun vacation if you ever want just a totally different field trip or vacation to take. Go to one of Young Living's farms. It is quite fun, and you can even go to the CBD farm. So let's watch a CBD Science and how this works.
So here we are on a farm in Colorado. We chose Colorado for our farm because Colorado has such a high elevation. There are no pesticides required. And that also ensures that your product doesn't have any pesticides. And we also chose Colorado because they are leading the way when it comes to regulation. We want to make sure that we're partnering with states that are committed to growing this industry, and Colorado is definitely the top of that list. One of my favorite things about Colorado is our entire hemp farm is naturally grown in the sunlight. We want to be a part of the ecosystem, so it's another reason we don't use any pesticides. There are, bees and other bugs around here that actually don't harm the plant at all, and they just live here. So it's really important to us, whether it's sunlight, the well water, the soil, everything's got to be dialed in to meet our required product. We use organic farming practices, and we do that on purpose because the USDA has not come into the space and said that this crop can be certified organic. We're in essence complying with everything that would be required by the USDA to make our crop as organic as possible. So when they do release that certification, it's available to us immediately. And part of that for us is rotating the crop. So we'll actually put a different crop on the field in between the two harvest seasons. And that way the crop is able to pull out some of that toxins and other stuff in the dirt. It helps purify the dirt before the next rotation of hemp plants are born. There are several wells all throughout our farm here. And these wells are really important because you want to know the source of your water, because the quality of that water will dictate the quality of your plant. This is obviously something that the plants are getting on a consistent basis. If that water source is not up to the quality standards, your plant will not meet the quality standards. So all of our well water is tested and certified before we use it. After the harvest is done, the soil is still have some treatments left. And what we do is actually go back through the field and mulch the leftover stalks and any leftover hemp plants and mulch it back into the dirt. And this helps the soil get all the nutrients naturally from what's either grown and other plants that are still in there, and mixes all back up, and then you're left with a nice clean field, everything that is in essence recycled back into it. And again, all plays back to quality. We don't go through all these efforts for no reason. We want to make sure that the moment it's planted and the seed is in the ground, that it's got the best opportunity to be the fullest plant possible.
Okay, so let's talk about CBD Science. So that's very interesting to me. Like they make sure that the water that's coming and putting on the plants, that it's exactly what needs to be there. They don't have anything that's going to be yucky in that water that's going on to their plants as they're growing the plants. That to me is so humongous, along with the the process of how they distill it and everything, because we put so much into our bodies every day that's already taxing on our bodies every day. You hear the statement, you're dying every day, you're getting older and things begin to wear out. Your body does not have to. If we're putting good quality things into our body and we're really paying attention, we really don't have to keep continuing to get lower and lower. We could actually be better each day and feel better. I feel better now than I did 10 years ago, and I'm 46. Like, I feel way better in my 40s than I ever did in even my 20s. Like, I did not, there were a lot of days I did not feel good. And now I can go every day. I mean, I'll still have days that, you're tired or you just don't feel good or, you get a cold or whatever. I mean, those things are there. But I have way more better days than I used to have at all, ever. I mean, like I feel way better now. And it's because of the things I put on my body, in my body, and use in our home that has made all the difference in the world. Let's talk about a little bit about science. So we don't talk much, but we have some of the best labs in the world at Young Living. We don't talk about it a whole lot because, people don't really want to hear the sciencey stuff of everything. But I think this is really important for us to understand. We have equipment that no other oil company has. We have the largest oil library in the world. People come from everywhere, like other oil companies come to Young Living to learn how they create their oils and the documentation of their uses and the dates and like how it's all processed and all of the things. And this has gone back for 30 years. I mean, like there's tons of research that Gary Young has done to make the plants we have today and the oils we have today that just set itself totally apart. We gathered the library by doing research on oils on six different continents. Like there are oils, we have farms in all different places of the world. And so we've gathered all of these things into one library that's doing tons of research on these different oils. The way we test is totally unmatched in anywhere around the world. So let me take you a little bit deeper into the corporate headquarters, right into the research lab, so you can kind of see what Dr. Mike Book, who is absolutely incredible, he is going to talk a little bit about the CBD testing really quickly.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike Book and I'm the Chief Science Officer here at Young Living. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about our new CBD line known as Nature's Ultra. So here we are in the quality control laboratories at Young Living, and I wanted to show you a few of the tests that we actually use to ensure that you're getting the best CBD products possible. This is an instrument called an ultra high performance liquid chromatograph. And we use these instruments to measure the amount of CBD in every product to make sure you're really getting your money's worth. We also use instruments like these to make sure that you're actually getting 0% THC. Now down here is another suite of instruments that we call gas chromatographs. We can measure thousands of different impurities with these instruments. They're extremely sensitive and very accurate. Now, speaking of impurities, another thing that we always want to check for are heavy metals, which come from the soil and go into the plants. Bad heavy metals, things like lead and mercury. This is an instrument called an inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometer, and it can find heavy metals down to the part per billion level. It's extremely sensitive, and this is a way that we can make sure that your products are as clean as they could possibly be. Now, finally, let me walk you over here and show you something that most people never get to see. This is our state-of-the-art microbiology laboratory. And of course, we have microbiologists working in here all the time to ensure that our products don't contain any nasty bacteria or yeasts or mold. So we test each and every product thoroughly for microbes. This is just some of the things that we do to ensure that you're getting the absolute best CBD products from Nature's Ultra and Young Living. Hi.
Okay, so how do I get started, and how do we know the best place to begin? Now, if you have never been a part of Young Living before, then this is a great place to start, because this is the CBD starter kit. It's going to give you one of each of the different types of products. You can choose from the regular strength, which is $165 for the regular strength, and it comes with the dropper bottle, roll on, and the muscle rub, which is just amazing. And to me, that's like the best value that you can go for. Now, it's a the regular strength, and then you have the extra strength, which is $265, has the same products in it. It's just an extra strength. It's just a higher strength for it. So I recommend that you start with the CBD kit, because you can kind of see how it works with your body, and just a great place to start. When you begin with one of these two kits, I usually do the regular starter, the normal regular strength, because if you've never used it before, like we were talking about earlier, you want to start off like with half a dropper. You want to use a smaller amount, because your body wants to get used to it, and it's going to build up in your body. So that's a great place to start. And then you can move up to the extra strength in your essential rewards for your month 2 order. So let me explain what that means just a little bit. Essential rewards it's just a great way for you to begin this journey and start this whole new lifestyle that is because once you get started using this a little bit, you're going to realize that you cannot do without it. So you're going to use your regular strength the first month, go through it, because it's going to last you about a month or so, and then you'll be ready for another box. So then you can add your extra strength for month 2. Now, you don't have to always buy the entire box. You can order, like say you ran out of your dropper bottle, but you still have some muscle rub. So you can order just the dropper bottle, or you could order the muscle rub, or whatever it is that you need. And you don't have to buy the same thing every single month. So if you're on Essential Rewards, you're going to get points back every single time you order anything. So if you order $50 worth, you're going to get 10% back, so you're going to get $5 back. But the more you order, of course, you're going to get higher amounts back. The longer you're on Essential Rewards, you get higher amount of percentage back. Once you've been on Essential Rewards for 4 months, you go up to 20% back. And then once you've been on Essential Rewards for 12 months, you get 25% back. So at this point, I don't even know the thousands of dollars of free stuff I've gotten, and it's just incredible. Like, they give you so much. When you order $100 or more, then you get free shipping, which to me is the greatest thing ever. I love it, because I'm all about free shipping. I'm all about like Prime with Amazon. Like, give me the free shipping. I love it. So whenever you order $100 or more, you get free shipping. So in this case, your shipping would be free when you order your starter kit. And then if you're on Essential Rewards and you order $100 on your Essential Rewards or more, you get free shipping. Plus, you're going to get that 10% back on your order. If you order at different stages, the more you order on Essential Rewards, you're going to get free stuff as well. So not only you're getting points back, but you're also getting free stuff plus the free shipping. So it's just a much better direction to go when you're talking about Essential Rewards. It's just huge to me. Like, I can't even describe because it is just a huge game changer. So make sure that when you're signing up that you get whichever kit you want. I mean, you can start with extra strength if you want to. It's totally up to you. If you've really got a lot of issues that you feel like that's the better choice, then definitely go ahead and choose that one. But choose whichever one you want. I mean, it's totally up to you. But if you want to just kind of dabble getting started, the regular is good, and then put your extra strength stuff on your essential rewards that can be later. Now, one great thing about essential rewards, you can change the date, you can change the stuff that's in your cart. It don't have to be the same thing every single month. You just go in and change it and do whatever, and that's always really, really great. So that's the best thing to do with your essential rewards. So this is the dropper. This is the CBD. This is the 1,000 milligram. It comes with the extra strength kit. This is the dropper bottle. This one is the most powerful CBD product that is in the kit. You'll notice when you go to reorder that the CBD comes in 3 different flavors. You've got citrus, cinnamon, and cool mint. If you don't get the results you're looking for after a month, try switching to one of the different flavors, because each one of them have a different constituent to what that particular oil that's added to it does for your body. So the different oils in each bottle work differently with different bodies, different people. So they're pre-selected in your kit, but it comes with the citrus that in the starter kit, which is one of my favorites. I love it. Citrus to me, I love anything citrus though. So apply 1 drop to your desired area. Let's see. So next is Calm, and this is a CBD roll-on, 600 milligram. This one comes in your extra strength kit. It has rave reviews. Like, this is one of my favorites. Absolutely love it. CBD roll-on helps you to create a peaceful environment. It helps you to relax, keep your mind quiet, unwind. Like I was saying earlier, like, it really helps my daughter to be able to bring herself back in and think and focus to where she's headed to go. It's infused with powerful oils for resting, like frankincense, lavender, orange, vetiver, and the ylang-ylang. And I love to roll this on the back of my neck. I put it on my hairline. You can put it on your forehead, rub it on your chest, put it on your feet. I mean, just anywhere. It's really a great oil to use anytime. And then we have the joint and muscle balm, which is amazing. This is a very awesome friend. This one comes in our extra strength kit as well. Muscles can hold a grudge. Of course, we know that after you've been working out in the gym or hiking or moving boxes, lifting children, anything, it's going to take something fierce for your body to forgive you when you've done something mean to it like that. So CBD Muscle Rub from Nature Ultra takes a hot and cold sensation of menthol and gives you a boost by infusing it with an array of different oils like camphor, clove, helichrysum, lemon, peppermint, tea tree, wintergreen. I mean, there's just all kinds of things mixed in with the muscle rub, and all these ingredients work together to soothe all of those hard-working muscles in your body. And when you apply it to your skin, you just massage it in on whatever area it is that's hurting. And oh my goodness, like, it is just like makes you really, really happy. So next is how to save the most money. Now, I know this is what everybody wants to know. I'm all about saving money. So how can you do that? As you're checking out, you'll have the option to set up essential rewards. Now, this is what I was telling you about earlier. Click yes on essential rewards. This is our loyalty program. It makes the biggest difference on what you're spending. It allows you to restock all of your CBD every month at a steep discount. And when you get started with a kit today, you'll be getting started with a 24% discount. You'll get a wholesale membership, and that's on everything that you order, anything that you order from Young Living at all. So if you decide to order your supplements and your Nixia and cleaning supplies, like, you can swap out everything in your home all in one place and be able to save tons of money in the long run. But by setting up Essential Rewards, you'll also be getting that 10% off that I was telling you about. So if you're swapping out everything in your home, like all of your cleaning supplies, I use Thieves Cleaner, and so I order that one Thieves bottle, which cleans everything in my house. Then I've just swapped out like window cleaner, potty cleaner, counter cleaner, floor cleaner. Like, I've 4 or 5 different things. Or even like Lysol. Like, I use the Thieves, like, I put a little bit of Thieves into a spray bottle. I spray that all over the house like Lysol. So really 5, 6, I mean, I don't even know. I guess I need to add up how many different products I'm changing out with that one bottle. It's a huge savings. So go through and don't just order just your one little thing. Go through and like look at all the different fun stuff that there's there that you can swap out in your home. So you're going to save money not only by doing that, but you're also going to get that 10% back. You'll be saving 24%. I mean, like, Target don't give you 24% back. They give you 5%, which is amazing, but not 24. And you definitely don't get money back in points for ordering anything or buying anything from Target or Walmart or anything like that, or even Amazon, as much as I love Amazon. But you're going to get that 10% back. That 10% back is in points. So you let that rack up. If you order $300 worth on Essential Rewards, and say you get your CBD stuff, and then you order a couple of other, like you order the Thieves Cleaner, you're going to be right at, if you get the extra strength CBD kit plus Thieves Cleaner, you're going to be really close to your $300 amount. That means you're going to get $30 back in points, which is free products. You're going to get free products that Young Living is going to send you, whatever the special is for the month, but you're also going to get to order whatever you want with that $30 as well. So that, to me, is huge. There's not a store that allows you to do that anywhere. That is amazing to me. So let's watch a little video on Essential Rewards and how it works. So as you can see, there's so much, when you're on ER, there's just so much that you get that's free. After you've been on it 3 months, you get a free bottle for just a thank you from Young Living. After you've been 6 months, you get a free bottle. 9 months, you get a free bottle. And it's a special blend. It's not like a blend that you can order. It's a special, just a loyalty blend. So that is really cool to me, and I absolutely love those. When I was getting started and I was getting those free bottles, it was just so much fun because it was something that you couldn't just get. Not just everybody got that. Like, it was something special just for being on Young Living or being on Essential Rewards. So I hope you've enjoyed this class. Let me know if you have. This class is just one of the many that I teach. We love to empower you to take your health into your own hands, because there's nothing like us learning more about our bodies and what we can do on our own, that because we're going to take care of ourselves better than anybody else is going to take care of us. No matter how much our doctor loves us, they only know what they know. So they're only helping you with what you're able to tell them. But if you can't tell them everything that's going on in your body, and you may not even really know what's going on in your body. So by being able to take this into our own hands a little bit and figure out some things that we can do to make our bodies work better in a natural way is just always an empowering thing. When we read labels, that's making a huge step forward in our health. Go to your cabinet and look under your cabinet at all of the things that's in there that has so much yuck, stuff that you can't even pronounce, that stuff you don't even know what's going into your body. Question ingredients and the safety that you're putting on your kids' bodies. The other day I heard this little girl, she was 3 years old, she had drank some cleaner out from under the cabinet and then died because of the ingredients that was in that bottle. It killed her. We are allowing that poison to be in our homes and keeping our kids in a place that's vulnerable and not safe in those little small areas like that. So let's always question the ingredients that we have in our homes and what we're putting on our bodies. Believe in the power of the seed to seal. That is something that I have come to love so much, because I know that what I'm putting on my body, what I'm putting in my kids, is completely pure. I don't have to worry about it hurting them. I had one of mine when he was, I guess he was 2 at the time, ended up drinking an entire bottle of oil. I can't remember now which one it was. It was Panaway. Just turned the bottle up and drank it. And I was like freaking out. Now, granted, the poor child had diarrhea because, it had like peppermint and menthol stuff in it, but there was oils in there that he was not really supposed to ingest. But when I called and asked them about it, they were like, what kind is it? I told them it was Young Living. They're like, they have nothing to worry about. It is perfectly fine. So that to me is a huge blessing. Like, I didn't have to freak out. And now I know that I'm in a place of much better health and so much more awareness than I used to be. There are 3 great resources I'd like to share with you to get you plugged in to your oil journey and to really learn all there is to know. Dr. Ollie is an amazing doctor who has put together this book, The Power of Essential Oils, CBD and Essential Oils. It is an amazing book. I suggest you getting that, reading it. It's a pretty thick book, and it might make your mind a little bit like blown here and there. You might have to put it down and come back to it, but it really is amazing. The CBD plant-based wellness, it is really awesome. It's very thin. It's a very easy read. So if you like something that's a little bit smaller, it's a perfect book for you to have. But if you really like all of the details and all of the science, then get Dr. Ollie Winker's book, because it is really great. And then there's the CBD Collective. It is a Facebook page that has all kinds of stuff in it. There's tons of Young Living Diamonds who have gone in and answered questions. People have questions all the time. They've put tons of information on there, tons of training videos. So that's a great place for you to go and find more information to get you really started and get moving in the right direction of the CBD. What's next? So I would like to offer you a scavenger hunt called the CBD Oil Challenge. Now, when you order your kit, let me know, and then I will send you this challenge, and it will take you through an entire month of using your essential oil, your CBD oil, and help you to know how to use it and really to begin seeing the benefits of it. It is a great place to start, and it's a great place to get headed in the right direction of this journey. In this challenge, it's also going to challenge you to take some other educational avenues. It's not going to make you have to buy anything or order anything else, but it is going to help you to learn more about essential oils and what makes them tick and what makes them work and how it works within the CBD as well. So it all kind of comes back together. Now, a while ago, I mentioned thieves and the Thieves Cleaner, and there's a whole entire Thieves line that is perfect for just cleaning, just taking care of your home in general and cleaning for your home. That is a 102 Thieves class. So I encourage you to grab this challenge, and as you're learning about your CBD oil, begin learning about some of these other avenues as well, and how you can swap out all the different things and all the chemicals that are in your home and begin to get rid of some of that stuff that may not be good for your family. Make sure that you contact me to get all the free classes that we have available and all of the free stuff and education in general. We have got tons and tons of education, tons of information, and I always give a free gift for whoever signs up with their first kit. So let me know when you sign up so that I can send you out all of your free goodies. You get, I usually send out lots of education, and you'll get a free gift specifically from me. So make sure you let me know when you sign up. For giving up your time today, I want to put a couple of resources in your hand as well. The first is the CBD oil challenge, this paper, but also the as you check each one of these boxes and you go through and get through this challenge, you will also have the opportunity to, when you sign up for Essential Rewards, your first Essential Rewards order, I will give you back $15 toward that first ER order once you have finished this challenge, because I want to invest back in you and your family as you're learning to go through this and learning more about all of these things. I also would like to give you the Fearless book. It's a small read. It's not really long, but it will also help in your journey of getting started. It will help to show you steps to take to really truly help your family to stay above that wellness line and keep your body moving in the right direction. That's so highly important. I'm so thankful for you being here today and going through this class and learning all of these things with me. I know you had probably 1,000 other things that you could be doing, and so much that you didn't necessarily need to be here doing this, but I thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. I would like to find out how, if you want to find out how to get a kit and how to get started, please send me a message and let me know and touch base with me after this is over. Just all you have to do is in the comments send a message, or you can message me. My cell number, if you would like to text me, is 205-296-2590, and you can text me anytime. It's really an honor to be able to talk to you about all of these things. There is so much that goes into young living and into this lifestyle that is totally different. And I know it can feel overwhelming, but when you have a community that can come and lock arms with you, like our community does, it really makes the journey so much easier. So I really want to invite you to be a part of our family, our Oily family, and I will add you into our groups that we have in our community, and everyone can love on you and help you to get started and learn more about how this works and how to help take care of your body and your family. So below I will put the link to how you can order, and there'll also be some other things that you can look at to get more information as well from there that will take you through some different avenues, and you can look at all the things that Young Living has to offer. So if you're not ready really to dive into the CBD, you may be ready to dive into another area like the Thieves or Nisha or some of the essential oils. So let me know, and I am more than happy to help you with any of those things. Now I'm going to leave you with a video about the starter kit, and again, I thank you so much for being a part of this class with me today, and I will talk to you very soon. Okay, I hope this has been fun, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your weekend. And please let me know if you have any questions or need anything, and I will talk to you soon.